7月11日、日本時間、10日、米国時間、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースは本拠地でアリゾナ、ダイヤモンドバックスと対戦し、3対9で敗れた。試合前、先発予定だった大谷翔平が左膝の炎症により登板を回避することが発表された。大谷は前半戦を通して左膝の状態を管理してきたが、オールスター休暇中に膝の水を抜き、炎症を抑えるための注射も検討されているという。この影響で、オールスターゲームへの出場も辞退することになった。専門家からは、左膝が投球時の踏み込み足であることから、今後の二刀流への影響を懸念する声が上がった。それでも大谷は、1番、指名打者で出場すると、第1打席で今季21号本塁打を放った。万全ではない状態にもかかわらず見せた一発に、解説陣から驚きと称賛の声が相次いだ。試合後、大谷は打撃よりも投球への影響が大きいと説明。休養期間を治療に充て、後半戦で通常の登板間隔に戻ることを目指すと語った。詳しい内容は、ぜひこのまま動画でご覧ください。
It is the final weekend before the All-Star break and a bit on the muggy side for the series opener against the Diamondbacks, your back-to-back World Series champs. Have back-to-back series wins with one more to go in a season-long homestand. First pitch coming up in 60 minutes. Hi, everybody. John Hartung alongside James Loney and Nomar Garciaparra. Welcome to Lead Off LA. It is Black Heritage Night here at Uniqlo Field at Dodgers Stadium. We just had a great set finished up by the Blue Breeze Band, and now Tatiana Tate, who Dodger fans are familiar with because she's the trumpeter who plays Edwin Diaz's walk-in song Narco. She's about to perform as well. James, should be a great night, great atmosphere for baseball.
Yeah, I saw a big smile on your face, John, when I arrived. You were rocking already, so great energy tonight. Great to have everybody out here celebrating Black Heritage Night. We know how much Jackie Robinson has meant to this, organization, and great to see the support.
Yeah, it's really exciting. You killed it, John. You're right. They were unbelievable here. We were rocking out here in center field. They're always rocking out here in center field. So it's excitement. We feel it here, and it's key for the Dodgers to get game one. Don't let up. Yeah. Thinking about that All-Star break. We all know it's coming, but let's not let up and get game one.
And great to see that shot just a moment ago of Tatiana Tate here because she hadn't been here in such a long time because Edwin Diaz has been on the injured list. Hopefully we see her tonight and then in the coming days as well, shortly after the All-Star break. Well, Shohei Ohtani is going to be the Dodgers' designated hitter tonight, but he was scheduled to be the pitcher for the series opener as well. But this afternoon, Shohei was scratched from starting tonight's game against the Diamondbacks. For more on that, let's head inside the stadium for the first time. David Vassay is in for Kirsten Watson tonight, and he joins us with the latest on the big show. Hi there, DV.
Hey, John. Yes, around 1 o'clock this afternoon, the Dodgers put out a statement that Shohei Ohtani not only would not make his start tonight, but also will not be in Philadelphia for this year's All-Star game, which is disappointing news for baseball fans all over the world. But he is taking care of that left knee that has been bothering him for the first half of the season. Dave Roberts gave us a little bit more details on what happened with this left knee and what caused it to be drained over the All-Star break.
Talking through with our guys, Shohei, he's been managing this quite well, the knee. And so if there's a chance that we could kind of be proactive and get it drained and do whatever we need to do to kind of try to manage it, and along with the rest for the All-Star break, we were going to do that. And so to not put any more stress on it tonight, throwing 100 pitches, our pitching is in a good spot coming off an off day. We've got the 4 days for the break. So everything lined up, which made sense for all of us.
What does this mean for the second half with him pitching?
It's not going to change anything for the second half as far as pitching. I'm not sure where he's going to be slotted in after the break. So that's something that we're going to talk through. We have plenty of time to talk through that. But, that's more opponent-driven and kind of all that stuff, looking out what makes sense. So I can't answer that right now. But as far as overarching, I don't think it affects the second half pitching.
For him getting the knee drained, does that mean it's continued to swell up on him over the last?
A little bit, but obviously the way he's swinging the bat, it hasn't really affected performance. We have certainly curtailed the stealing bases, but He feels good, obviously, and he's going to be DHing the next 3 games.
So he won't go to the All-Star game?
He's not going to go to Philadelphia, correct. Just the flying, the altitude, the swelling with what comes with altitude and flying. So just to kind of, keep him here until we need him to get to the East Coast.
So Ohtani is not going to play in the All-Star game. He's going to get that knee drained. Dave Roberts also said earlier today the knee is going to be drained on Sunday, and there's reports that not only is Ohtani going to get the knee drained, but he's also going to receive some sort of cortisone injection to get the inflammation down on that left knee to be as ready as possible for the second half of the season, and the two-way show goes on in the second half of the year.
Yep, and when we do see him return to the mound, not quite sure yet. Probably won't be the first series at Yankee Stadium, but shortly after that. David, thank you very much. We'll see you again in just a few minutes with more on Ohtani. But Shohei's been a little bit dinged up here recently, no more. He had the blister issue, bit of a biceps issue that bothered him when he was swinging the bat several days ago. But the biggest issue has been that knee. What do you think of the decision to have that knee drained, maybe get a cortisone shot, and just pull him out from this start tonight and also the All-Star game?
The first time we've heard about the knee being an issue over the course of this season, they were saying, oh, this is something, it's not that big a deal. It's something that, he's had before. And we were asked the question amongst ourselves, is this concerning? I know, John, you asked us, is this concern you? And I said, we all up here said, yes, it's concerning. Why? Also because it's his landing leg. The amount of force he's putting on that when he pitches. And I said, this is something that they're going to have to really monitor. To have swelling in the knee and say, oh, it's just going to come and go. Baseball doesn't allow swelling just to come and go, especially when you're playing every single day. And as Dave mentioned, often gets overlooked. You factor in traveling in this sport, it affects your body and the swelling and the altitude. So that is all real. So here we are. So, yeah, it is concerning because now we're dropping a start. We're missing the start. He's getting it drained. So it's still concerning. Yeah, you're going to go through all that. We hope everything ends up coming out okay. We hope that the cortisone shot, the draining, helps and alleviates a lot of it. But I can guarantee it's going to be something they're going to be dealing with all season long and see how things go. So, yes, it's still concerning. I think it's something that they can manage. It sounds like that, and they're aware of that. But at the same time, yeah, we'll all be holding our breath. The good thing is we're still DHing, so he knows his body and knows what he can or cannot do.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cortisone shot, is beneficial. It's like a Band-Aid, right? Usually it's not a long-term lasting thing to make it better. But I really feel like, having this many off days in a row is really going to be good for him. A lot of times you give your catcher 2 days in a row off, and a lot of people are like, why does he get 2 days in a row? It's like to give him that time, let those legs rest, to let those knees, heal up. And you alluded to, Nomar, you mentioned the landing leg when he's pitching, and he doesn't have a big leg kick when he's hitting, so he does a lot of rotation on that back leg when he's hitting as well. Depending on where you're catching the pitches at, that really determines where your weight's distributed. And a lot of times you're turning, you're rotating. Sometimes you're falling back on that back leg, depending, where your balance is. So there's a lot going into that, and they know that. They're going to be careful. Don't want him flying. Don't want anything, happening there. And obviously, Dave Roberts is the manager of the All-Star game, but he knows it's more important to get Shohei ready for the second half. It's going to be a battle, and take care of that.
Thank you, John, and welcome everybody to Friday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA. It's brought to you by Jack in the Box. Wherever you may be and however you may be joining us, it's our honor and privilege to join you once again from Union Cold Field at Dodger Stadium. In the broadcast booth with Eric Karros, I'm Stephen Nelson. David Vassay is down in the Dodger dugout. But EK, here we are, the final series before the All-Star break.
Yeah, and you've got to make sure that you are here mentally. Don't be on that vacation already. Don't have your family packed and ready to go. And that's something that's real. The Dodgers are going to have to focus for 3 more games.
The Dodgers have a handful of All-Stars supposed to go to Philadelphia, but the biggest one will not be going to Philly. That's Shohei Ohtani. For more on why, here's DV.
Yeah, Stephen, the Dodgers put out a statement earlier today announcing that Ohtani would not be making tonight's start and also would not be attending the All-Star game because he is going to have his left knee drained during the All-Star break as soon as Sunday, Dave Roberts said, and also possibly a cortisone injection to try to calm down that left knee that has been giving Ohtani trouble all season long on the mound. The good news is Ohtani is leading off. He's in the DH spot, and and is ready to continue the hot hitting.
Good news for the Dodgers, bad news for the Arizona Diamondbacks this week. But EK, the Dodgers getting ready for this final series comfortably ahead of the second-place D-backs. 14.5 games is their lead in the division.
The Dodgers, again, just trying to continue to play good baseball, have some good vibes going into the All-Star break. Now, you see what they've been doing this year, 61-33 record. And they're not even whole right now. And then we find out Shohei's been pitching with a bad knee, and he's still got an ERA that's 1.8 or 1.7. The Dodgers right now are in a great position, though. They've got a couple months to go. They're going to get guys healthy. A lot of guys have been swinging well. Still time for guys to get going. And get going, they're going to have to do tonight because Eduardo Rodriguez takes him out. You see the 7-3 record. He's going to the All-Star game. He's been great in May and June, as good as any pitcher in the National League. So the Dodgers, there's going to be a playoff test tonight in that they are facing playoff-type pitching.
Dodgers are the best record in baseball, 61 wins. 62 will be difficult with Rodriguez pitching the way he is in 2026. So we step aside. One more break before the very first pitch of this series. It's the Dodgers going with a bullpen game against the D-backs next. A 1-1 hit in the air to left field, slicing back toward the wall. It's gone. That left knee not near 100%, but the bat certainly is. Number 2-1 for Ohtani makes it 2-1 Arizona. Pages rips back strike one.
That's just a different bird right there. I mean, really, I mean, even running around the bases, you could see, you know, he's kind of limping. And
Carl's Jr. moments of the game. It's 2 moments in one. Night started really well, James, because Shohei and then your guy, your called shot, Andy Pages, went back-to-back.
Yeah, they sure did. I mean, Shohei Ohtani getting a pitch middle in right there, hitting it the other way, showing his strength right there. And then my guy, Andy Pages, my pick for tonight, and getting the bat head out there, knowing right away, head down. I just love when the outfielder doesn't move, you know. It's a lot of respect to the hitter, not so much disrespect to the pitcher. Great job by Andy right there, getting the bat head out.
All right, final score 9-3. The Diamondbacks win it. The big story before the game, Shohei Ohtani announcing that he is not going to pitch, not just tonight, but he's not going to compete in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Right now, Ohtani is speaking with the media.
Maybe you can explain to just normal human beings how we find out you have to have your knee drained, you're missing the All-Star game, and your first at-bat, you hit a home run. How is that possible with what you're dealing with?
左膝、治療するとか、オールスター欠場するとかで、状態良くないと思いますけども、ホームラン打ててすごいっていうところで、どう打ててるんですかと。
どちらかというとピッチングの方がなんですかね、負荷がかかるところではあるので、バッティングは基本的には問題なくできているかなと思います。
It affects more of my pitching rather than the hitting side of the game, so that's the reason why.
Did you throw a bullpen, and is that when you realized the knee was getting worse? When did you realize that you needed to take these steps?
ブルペン投げて確認できたのかと、その左膝のちょっと悪化しているところで、それがブルペン以外の。
そうですね、炎症起きたり起きなかったりというか、治ったり、繰り返してはいた状況ではあったので、そのなんですかね、注射するかどうかも含めて、ちょっと長期的に見ながら、ここ数週間は辛抱していながらやってた感じかなと思います。
Yeah, the knee flared up. Sometimes it calmed down. It was a lot of just kind of up and down. Just kind of seeing how the knee really handled the last couple weeks, and really the decision was made to do the injection after seeing how the knee reacted over the last couple weeks. So yeah.
Shohei, you said that this impacts your pitching more than your hitting. Is it because of the way you plant the knee when you pitch?
左膝、着地する 仕方とかで影響しているっていうか。
そうじゃないかなとは思いますけど、カバーのもカバーので他に負担が来たりとかするので、改善するとこはしなければいけないですけど、基本的には内心地にポジションを探しながらになるのかなとは思ってます。
Hard to say, but I would think so. I have to kind of find a way to adjust my mechanics so that my knee doesn't get affected.
Do you think this will affect your pitching schedule and workload in the second half?
後半戦に向けて、ピッチングのスケジュールとか影響されたりとかしそうですよね。
どうですかね、昨日電話しながら本当に不安ないくいける状態以外は休んだ方がいいんじゃないかということで、今日飛ぶことにはなりましたけど、結果的にそのブルペンにしわ寄せがいく形にはなっているので、そこは本当に申し訳ないなというところですかね。
Yeah, I had a pretty long discussion over the phone yesterday and made the decision not to start. But I know that also means it puts a lot of pressure on the bullpen, so I'm not exactly thrilled in that sense.
Do you think this treatment will allow you to go back to making regular starts through the rotation in the second half of the year, or do you think you're going to have to be a little more cautious with your pitching workload, especially given where you guys are at in the standings?
注射治療を得て、普通のスケジュールに戻るっていう自信っていうのはありますかと。
そうです。無理をすれば今日ももちろんいける状態ではあったなのかなとは思ってるので、次の登板をしっかりとまた今日よりいい状態で入れるようにっていうことで、その期間を利用しながら治療したいなとは思ってます。
Yeah, the goal is to be able to throw according to regular schedule. Although I could have started today, it would have still been pushing the envelope a little bit. But my every intention is to use the off days to make sure that I'm in a good place to be able to be in the rotation.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。